documents we presenting to our honorable ministers. So take your time. We'll give you some few minutes. As also we wait for the honorable ministers. They are in the holding room, and we give them just some few minutes. Thank you. We want to say that we are about to start, and we are honored to have in the room the Honorable Minister, His Excellency Dr. Onyot, with us, the Minister for Animal Resources from South Sudan. So let's appreciate him. We are pleased to announce that all the ministers, those who are attending this session, are actually around, and we are going to have them in the next about 5 minutes. Excellencies and our distinguished delegates, our meeting today is a culmination of a 3-day conference which started 2 days ago. And I would request even our our team, the IT team, to be playing what we have been doing for the last 2 days as we wait for the honorable ministers to come in. Excellency, the EU representative, Yulia, His Excellency, the Chair of IGAD, and the Djibouti Minister for Agriculture, Water, and Livestock, His Excellency Mohamed Hamed Hawale. We are also bringing in front His Excellency Dr. Baba Sumare. Please, let's welcome them and also welcome His Excellency the Host Minister. In this opening session, we thank you. We have the chair of IGAD. We also welcome the host minister with us, the Minister for Ethiopia, and the ILO director. Welcome. And I want to invite our director for IGAD Center for Pastoral Areas and Livestock Development to take us through this session, Dr. Dereje Wagjira. Welcome, Director.
Excellencies, distinguished delegates, dear partners, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. My name is Dereje Wagjira. My role is very simple, just to facilitate this opening session. Each of the member states has ably delegated their technical team. In the past 2 years, 2 days, we have intensively discussed the objective of the meeting, came up with key highlights that we wanted to present to you, Your Excellencies. We will proceed with this. Before I give to the chair, I wish to invite His Excellency, Deputy Executive Secretary, Mohamed Ware, to make a welcome speech and open, and I invite the chair of IGAD. Thank you so much.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good morning. Dr. F. Muleta, State Minister, representing His Excellency Adisu Arega, Minister of Agriculture, Federal Republic of Ethiopia. His Excellency Mohamed Ahmed Awale, Minister of Agriculture, Water, Livestock and Fisheries, Republic of Djibouti. Excellencies, Ministers of our member states. Excellency Dr. Denisa Yoneta, EU representative to IGAD and Djibouti. I think she's represented by Your Excellency. Welcome. Dr. Baba Somare, the Deputy Director, World Organization for Animal Health. Dr. Humbula Ndaba, ILO Director for Ethiopia. Esteemed development partners, colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen. On the outset, let me thank the government and the people of Ethiopia for hosting us in this wonderful city of Addis Ababa. IGAD is truly appreciative of the role of Ethiopia in IGAD affairs, a founding member, very crucial in peace and security, social development, and economic integration in the IGAD region. I also acknowledge our chair, Djibouti, for hosting IGAD and for providing the support and the leadership needed. Excellencies, friends, colleagues, across the region, from the savannas of the Karamoja to the plains of Somalia, to the shores of the Red Sea and the highlands of Ethiopia and Kenya, the vast grazing belts of South Sudan, the pastoral heartlands of Sudan, the people of our region working in pastoralism are known for their resilience, for their adaptability, and for their perseverance. The herds which they maintain, reaching up to 500 million animals, sustain over 250 million people, representing livelihood, identity, social cohesion, and dignity. In several of our member states, livestock contributes to over 60% of the agricultural GDP and anchors exports, food systems, and rural employment. The heritage, however, faces formidable challenges. The 2020-22 drought claimed over 13.5 million animals across our region. You can imagine how much that is in terms of financial valuation. Pastoralists that cover 60 to 70% of our regional landmass and their pastures continue to degrade, while food scarcity alone accounts for over 60% of livestock productivity that is being pressured. Transboundary animal diseases and other related issues persist. Border barriers limit trade, and our pastoralists continue to face further challenges that undermine their potential. Excellencies, colleagues, if pastoralism teaches us anything, it teaches the adaptability and the resilience of our people. As a son of a pastoralist myself, I know this firsthand. The seasonal mobility that defines transhumance is not a dusty relic of the past. It is our region's most sophisticated, nature-based response to climate change. The IGAD protocol on transhumance preserves this system by ensuring that mobility across borders is safe, orderly, predictable, and dignified, supported by harmonized standards, transhumance certification, coordination surveillance systems, and security guarantees. Today's agenda is part of a wider dialogue on the full adaptation of the IGAD Transhumance Protocol, a shared regional aspiration that is long overdue. Because time awaits us, IGAD nevertheless continues to work and deliver on behalf of our member states, and with their guidance has identified 4 pillars of collective action for your consideration, Excellencies. The first pillar is rangeland governance and food security. The second one is the One Health and Disease Control regime. The third one is modernizing livestock trade and synchronizing markets across our region. The final one, of course, is inclusion of youth and women who take the brunt of this food system and production arrangements. Excellencies, as the world prepares to observe the International Year of the Rangelands and Pastoralists in 2026. The IGAD region has a responsibility as well as a unique opportunity to lead from the front. No region understands pastoralism more deeply than us, and no region has more to gain from the transformation of this sector. To the European Union, our principal partner supporting IGAD in this endeavor, the Transhumance Protocol, the progress we celebrate today is noted in your continued trust and shared vision. IGAD also appreciates the technical and financial support of partners, including the African Development Bank, the World Bank, the ILO, the French Development Agency, Sweden, Switzerland, France, Germany, the technical collaboration of FAO, AU, IBAR, GIZ, ILRI, and many others, too numerous to count here. To you, the honorable ministers and esteemed colleagues, your stewardship of this sector is indispensable. The decisions you take today will determine whether pastoralism remains vulnerable to shocks or becomes a driver of stability, economic growth, and development. With that, I would like to welcome His Excellency, our Chair, the Minister of Agriculture for Djibouti, His Excellency, Mr. Awale. Thank you.
Good morning, welcome. The Minister of Agriculture of Ethiopia, of Livestock of Ethiopia, Host Minister, all member countries' ministers, all protocol observed. As a chair of this conference, I want to make some remarks concerning this session. I want to tell, first of all, that Horn of Africa, as he has said, the interim executive secretary of IGAD, $500 million of livestock is available. I think it is as an importance, it is the one of all regions of Africa, West, South, East, and Central. But there is a paradox. You know Botswana. Botswana is a small country. They have 3.5 million heads of cattle. They transform slaughterhouses and they export, 90% they export to European, which the procedure is very, very difficult. Concerning Horn of Africa, as a matter of cattle, we have 150 million cattle. Generally, Ethiopia, the highland. And we export less than 10%. We exported, and there is a problem of transformation. Live animals, there is a lot of disease. Sometimes they reject PPR, FMD, etc., etc. All this is not really done very well because of the transboundary, transhumance. I think it is a big challenge. Ethiopia, 10 years ago, we believe that we are at the port, Djibouti at the port. They import wheat. I take an example, comparative. They import wheat, a lot of wheat. And we don't believe that Ethiopia will be self-sufficient in wheat. They arrived. Congratulations. So, in terms of livestock, we will be the best and the premier in all Africa because we have the huge livestock of it. It is not possible otherwise. Disease, we eradicate the disease. This certificate of transhumance and all these things, they will help us to eradicate. I think the disease, we have IGAD, they will help us. It is terms of governance, capacity building. We train, and I'm sure on the next 10 years, Africa will be East Africa will be the leader in livestock, exporting, in terms of exporting. Now, I want to, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be here today on behalf of the government of the Djibouti Republic to participate in this important meeting held in Addis Ababa. I would like to thank IGAD for this invitation, and through this regional organization, the government of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. This meeting is a great opportunity to discuss, explore, and compare points of view in order to define the best method for sustainable exploitation and enhancement of the pastoral system within IGAD. The Republic of Djibouti adheres and supports the promotion of the policy of regional integration and free movement of goods and people under the coordination of IGAD and COMESA. Bilateral, multilateral agreements and protocol have been put in place to strengthen and facilitate this regional integration policy, including the protocol on transhumance and the protocol on the control of transboundary animal disease. My colleague, Permanent Secretary of General Secretary of Djibouti, Mr. Tabarik, you have all written in English, but I have to speak in French. It is compulsory because the only one country who speaks French. If we don't speak French, they will cancel. Mesdames et messieurs, je voudrais dire quelques mots en français. J'espère que vous avez tous compris parce que je dois, c'est une obligation, je dois montrer que la République de Djibouti parle la langue française qui est une des deux langues d'Éthiopie. Ça fait rien. Je voudrais dire que concernant l'expérience que j'ai en matière de livestock, il y a un proverbe qui dit il vaut mieux avoir. There is a translator? Is there a translator? Il vaut mieux avoir 50 chèvres bien portants que d'avoir 150 chèvres qui gambadent au niveau des collines et des montagnes. Ceci veut dire la transhumance est appelée à disparaître. La vérité blesse, mais c'est appelé à disparaître. La transhumance, même si on fait des bonderies, certificats, il est appelé à disparaître parce qu'il n'y a pas assez de pâturage, changement climatique, and so on. So, il vaut mieux avoir 50 chèvres dans une étable avec des fourrages et donner la nourriture nécessaire. Ils vont produire plus que les 150 chèvres. Ceci est valable pour les vaches, ceci est valable pour les dromadaires, ceci est valable pour tous les animaux domestiques. Tous les pays sont passés par là. Tout le monde, la planète est passée par là. Il y a 12 000 ans, au Moyen-Orient, l'élevage est apparu, l'élevage de transhumance. Aujourd'hui, au niveau de l'Europe, de l'Amérique du Nord, de l'Asie, la transhumance a disparu. Ils font des fermes d'élevage. Comme le Botswana. Botswana, il a commencé et il arrive à exporter jusqu'en Europe, qui est la procédure la plus difficile au niveau mondial. Je crois que cette tendance, nous allons poursuivre, mais ceci ne veut pas dire qu'on va changer en un seul clin d'œil. Nous sommes des transhumants. La Somalie, elle connaît 90% de la population pastorale transhume. L'Éthiopie également, la partie basse de l'Éthiopie, les terres basses de l'Éthiopie. Je crois que ça va venir au fur et à mesure, mais en vision long terme, il faut qu'on garde à l'esprit. Merci. Je voudrais dire également, as a chairman, the organization is like this. Maintenant, je vais donner la parole, ministre par ministre. Il faut me donner l'agenda, parce que je vais suivre la procédure. Je vais donner chacun pour qu'il puisse faire des remarques sur le communiqué final que nos experts qui ont travaillé d'arrache-pied à un niveau 2 jours d'arrache-pied, ils ont fait un communiqué et nous allons procéder pays par pays, les 6 pays, les différents ministres, qu'ils puissent faire leurs remarques. Je crois que vous allez m'aider. L'agenda, nous allons commencer par le...
Thank you very much, Minister, Excellency Mohammed Ahmad Awale, the chair of IGAD. Now I will invite partners to make their statement. I will invite ILO Regional Director to make his statement. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Program Director, for the opportunity that you are giving to the ILO to make a statement. His Excellency, Mohamed Abdi Ware, IGAD Deputy Executive Secretary. His Excellency, Mohamed Ahmed Awale, Minister for Agriculture, Water, Livestock and Fisheries, Republic of Djibouti, and the IGAD Chair. Honorable Adisu Arega, the Minister for Agriculture, Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. Ms. Julia Walshabau, representing the EU delegation to Ethiopia. Dr. Baba Soumare, Deputy Director General, World Organization for Animal Health. Dr. Dereji Wajira, Director of ICPALT. Honorable members, excellencies, and representatives of member states who are here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for the International Labour Organization to address you in this important ministerial conference on transboundary pastoralism and in this and livestock development. Today we have gathered to reaffirm our shared commitment to the millions of pastoralists whose livelihood sustains our economies across Africa and the region. As we are fully aware, pastoralism is far more than an economic activity. It's a way of life that has shaped societies for centuries and served as a cornerstone of resilience and regional integration. Pastoralism supports more than 250 million people and contributes to the gross domestic product in many of our countries in the continent. The IGAD region, which hosts the largest population or populations of the pastoralists in Africa who, along with their livestock, rely on mobility across borders for their basic sustenance, and these are often always faced with extremely challenging environmental and geographical conditions. The contribution of pastoralism goes far beyond its direct contribution to national GDP and economic growth. It drives a wide range of indirect economic benefits and serves as a major source of employment in arid and semi-arid lands where employment opportunities are limited. This interconnected system sustains pastoral communities, stimulates regional markets, fosters cross-border trade, and significantly strengthens national economies. Yet this vital sector faces a wide range of mounting challenges: climate shocks, insecurity, persistent gaps in basic services and social protection, land privatization, rangeland fragmentation, violent conflict, and marginalization. These pressures restrict the mobility essential for pastoral livelihoods, undermining production and regional economic growth. Combined with demographic pressures, prolonged conflicts, and reduced access to grazing land and water, these factors create chronic vulnerability, food insecurity, and widespread human suffering. These challenges threaten not only pastoral communities, but also our collective stability and development in the region. It is thus important to draw on global and regional frameworks, including the Agenda 2063, Africa Continental Free Trade Area, IGAD Protocol on Transhumance and Sustainable Development Goals, as well as the Abidjan Declaration, all of which call for inclusive growth, decent work, and social justice to effectively harness the benefits of pastoralism and livestock development. The aspirations and principles envisaged in this document must guide our approach to governance of pastoralism, ensuring that mobility is recognized, rights are protected, and opportunities are expanded. Excellencies, I would like to recall some of the opportunities before us. The IGAD Transhumance Protocol has been adopted and is built on the understanding that safe, regular, and orderly mobility of pastoral communities and their livestock is essential for sustaining production and productivity, especially in the face of climate variability and growing pressure on natural resources. The African Continental Free Trade Area, too, offers new prospects for livestock trade and labor mobility. Digital innovations can connect pastoralists to markets and mobility, to markets and service rather. Climate adaptations, investment can build resilience and secure livelihoods. Our task is clear: to harmonize policies governing cross-border mobility to include pastoral mobility, promote human rights, including labor rights, for pastoralist communities based on international labor standards, expand social protection flows, and invest in skills and decent jobs within livestock value chains. We must strengthen social dialogue and engage pastoralist communities in the development and implementation of local, national, and regional development strategies. I would like to urge all IGAD member states to sustain their efforts to safeguard the rights and livelihoods of and build resilience amongst the regional pastoralist communities by expediting the ratification of the IGAD Protocol on Transhumance, which serves not merely as a policy document, but as a testament of our commitment towards attaining regional integration and social justice. I would also like to express our deep appreciation to IGAD and ICPALD for their exemplary partnership to advance the rights of pastoralist communities for a sustainable livelihood, as well as for organizing this important conference. I would also like to express our sincere gratitude to the European Union for their commitment and continued support to advance the ideals of free movement, regional integration and development in the region, and financing the second phase, and for financing the second phase of the free movement of persons and transhumance project. As the ILO, we remain committed to support IGAD and its member states to advance regional integration, free movement of persons, and transhumance in the IGAD region. Let us leave this meeting with a renewed commitment to action, aligning policies and working together to transform pastoralism into a driver of inclusive growth and social justice. The future of pastoral communities is the future of Africa's sustainable development. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Director. It's now pleasure to invite European Union, the key partner who has been with us since 2017 in the journey of transhumance, to make statement.
Honorable Deputy Secretary Mohamed Ouare, Honorable Chair Minister Mohamed Awele, merci beaucoup. Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished permanent secretaries, and senior government officials, heads of IGAD and ILO institutions, regional economic communities, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. It's a great pleasure to join you today for this ministerial meeting. This is an important moment to reaffirm our collective commitment to supporting pastoral livelihoods, regional stability, and economic development across the IGAD region. The European Union has a long-standing partnership with IGAD in advancing regional integration. Through the EU-funded program Support to Free Movement of Persons and Transhumance in the region, with a contribution of 15 million euro and implemented jointly with ILO and IGAD, we are working to support the establishment of a regional regime for the free, safe, and orderly movement of people and transhumant pastoralists. This support has been continuous since 2017 and reflects our belief that mobility, when properly managed, is an asset for resilience, trade, and sustainable development. Allow me to underline that for us in Europe, pastoralism is not foreign. Within our own common agricultural policy, extensive and transhumant livestock management is supported in various regions, from the Mediterranean to the Alpine and the Nordic areas. We therefore bring our own experience and our broader engagement with the continental frameworks, such as the African Union Policy Framework on Pastoralism, to this partnership with IGAD. And we are fully aware of the challenges that IGAD faces in advancing regional integration, particularly as climate change increasingly drives both internal and cross-border mobility. Pastoralism remains a cornerstone of the region's economy, and for many communities, mobility is not only a livelihood strategy, but a matter of survival. Ensuring that transhumant movements are safe, coordinated, and sustainable is becoming ever more critical. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the EU is proud to have accompanied IGAD throughout the process leading to the adoption in 2021 and the signing of the Protocol on Transhumance. It's an honor to take part in this ministerial meeting here in Ethiopia, a country that has the largest cattle population in Africa and is the only IGAD member state which has adopted a progressive national pastoralism policy. So we extend our warm congratulations and sincere appreciation to Honorable Minister Arega from the government of Ethiopia for hosting this important gathering. The EU considers the IGAD Protocol on Transhumance as a game changer. By facilitating the free, safe, and orderly movement of herders and livestock across borders, the protocol will improve access to water and pasture, reduce the risks of conflict, and support harmonized approaches to controlling transboundary animal diseases. It will contribute to greater resilience, stronger markets, and more predictable cross-border cooperation. Honorable Ministers, distinguished colleagues. Allow me to recall the EU's role in following the important negotiation that led to the endorsement of the protocol by the IGAD Committee of Ambassadors in February 2020 and following the adoption by the IGAD Council of Ministers of Foreign Affairs in June 21. We are 4 years later, and we're gathering today to review progress and identify the remaining bottlenecks in order to chart the way forward. In this regard, we welcome the reference in the communiqué on the ratification and signature of the IGAD Protocol on Transhumance. As European Union, we strongly encourage IGAD member states that have already signed the protocol to accelerate the ratification, and equally encourage those that have not yet signed to join this important regional instrument. The momentum is here, and it must be translated into national, legal, administrative, and operational action. We also welcome in the communiqué the inclusion of women and youth in livestock marketing and income generation activities, as well as the reference to rangeland governance and greener jobs that are becoming an important priority. Finally, the reference to data management and early warning for mobility with a special attention to transhumant population is a very important reference which refers to the need for stronger coordination and effective synergies between the IGAD Climate Prediction and Application Center, ECPAC, and the IGAD Center for Pastoral Areas and Livestock Development, ECPALD, that will allow to effectively translate data intelligence into anticipatory action. So to conclude, on behalf of the European Union, I wish to express our deep appreciation to IGAD and its member states and all development and technical partners for their steadfast engagement. I would also like to extend a special recognition to the IGAD Center for Pastoral Areas and Livestock Development, which continues to accompany member states in aligning national frameworks with regional needs, and to the ILO for its leadership in implementing this program and supporting the organization of this ministerial meeting. The EU remains committed to working hand in hand with IGAD and member states to ensuring that the protocol becomes fully operational and that pastoral communities across the region can benefit from safer mobility, stronger livelihoods, and greater resilience. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, EU. We have a special guest with us, the International Standard Setting Organization on Animal Health are with us. I'm inviting the Deputy Director General to make a statement. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. It looks like technology has just let me down. My speech has disappeared, so I will call my colleague to help a bit. In the meantime, I would like to say all my pleasure and privilege to be standing Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, representative of international and regional organizations, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. I would like, on behalf of our Director General, Dr. Suberan, who is sending her warm greetings, and on my behalf, to express our thanks to the chairperson of IGAD for inviting WAHA's contribution to this very important conference. We would like to commend IGAD for convening this very important dialogue at a time when livestock mobility and safe trade are central to food security, livelihoods, and regional economies. As was mentioned earlier, transhumance is a tradition and a lifeline for millions of pastoralists across Africa. It sustains communities and supports regional economies. Yet the movement of animals across borders comes with some challenges, such as the spread of transboundary animal disease, threats to public health, and disruption of trade. Founded in 1924 as OIE to address cattle plague, the World Organization for Animal Health is mandated today by its 183 members to act as the global authority in animal health and animal welfare, in charge of setting science-based standards, driving transparent sharing of disease information, strengthening veterinary services, and promoting cooperation through collaborative frameworks. Our approach is rooted in science, transparency, and solidarity. We develop and update international standards that are recognized by the WTO, the World Trade Organization, under the SPS agreement, standards that help our member nations apply sanitary measures to protect animal health and ensure commodities are safe for human consumption without creating unnecessary barriers to trade. So our mission, dear colleagues, is very clear. By setting international standards and helping our members strengthen their veterinary services and gain disease-free status, WAHA facilitates safe and sustainable trade and movement of animals and animal products worldwide. As was mentioned earlier, IGAD region faces unique challenges, such as pest diphteri, foot and mouth disease, Rift Valley fever, and other transboundary disease that may indeed hinder the enormous potential of the livestock sector in this region. These diseases require coordinated action and implementation of harmonized legislations and stronger veterinary systems. Excellencies, allow me to refer to three strategic priorities at WAHA that may indeed accompany your objective to strengthen free movement and transhumance of animals in IGAD region. The first one referred to, I said it earlier, to strengthening our veterinary services. Indeed, animal health systems are the backbone of safe trade. WAHA supports the countries through the PVS, the evaluation of performance of veterinary services. So through the PVS pathway, through our various capacity development programs, including offering access to digital learning platform to enhance the competencies in surveillance, certification, and risk management, but also in key veterinary governance aspects, such as veterinary legislation, veterinary education, and public-private partnership. Okay. technology when you keep letting us down. The second important priority that we can indeed support this region with is again about ensuring transparent sharing of disease information and implementation of WAHA standards. Which allows for harmonized requirement across IGAD, which help build trust and unlock regional trade potential. These standards cover, among others, disease-free areas, compartment, and animal welfare, which in itself is essential, considering the long distance our animals move within the region and across regions to the Middle East. Another important element, WAHA recognized the complexity of transhumance routes and informal trade networks. And this is why we strongly advocate for risk-based approaches, regional cooperation, and innovative solutions, including harmonized veterinary certification system to improve traceability and transparency. Indeed, by fostering cooperation, such as through MOUs between countries, as highlighted this week, we can transform livestock movement into a driver of economic growth and food security. Your Excellencies, let us seize this opportunity to work closely for safe movement of our animals, and let us commit to invest in veterinary infrastructure and workforce development. The World Bank estimates at 2.1, a bit more than over 2 billion, 2.1 billion, the amount required to ensure all veterinary service around the world has strong capacity and capabilities. They also estimate that the livestock trade is worth 300 billions, and I'm sure that is even an underestimation. So we do the mathematics. What is 2 billion vis-a-vis 300 billions? So let us commit to harmonizing and implementing international animal health standards. Let us commit to continue mobilizing resources for disease prevention and emergency. Chairperson, before I conclude, I wish to share with the audience here that WAHA is currently consolidating a framework on animal movement, a new approach to address capacity building in animal movement control as a transversal competency of veterinary services, and to develop guidelines to help regions implement their policies, such as this protocol. Certainly, IGAD region will be among the first to benefit from this framework. I also would like to note with great pleasure your very good collaboration with our WAHA team in this sub-region through various support programs to tackle trade-restricting transboundary animal disease and zoonosis. And I would like to seize this opportunity to commend Dr. Mapitsi and his team for working hand in hand with you to address regional priorities. Last, I would like to reaffirm WAHA's strong commitment to continue working with IGAD in its member states and partners to strengthen resilience, reduce disease risk, and ensure that pastoral communities strive in a secure and sustainable livestock economy. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Baba Samore. I now invite His Excellency Deputy Executive Secretary of IGAD, Muhammad Ware, to invite the host to make opening.
Thank you very much. Excellency, with gratitude and profound appreciation of the role that Ethiopia plays in this enterprise, I welcome you to officially open this undertaking for us. Welcome, Excellency.
Okay, thank you. እንደምን አደራችሁ? Excellencies, Honorable Ministers of IGAD member states, Your Excellency Dr. Muhammad Ware, Deputy Executive Secretary of IGAD, Your Excellency Honorable Muhammad Ahmed Awal, Ministry for Agriculture, Water, Livestock, Fishery, Republic of Djibouti, and IGAD Chair, distinguished Permanent Secretariat and the senior government officials, representative of development partners and the technical agencies, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my profound honor and a privilege to welcome you all to Addis Ababa, the diplomatic capital of our continent, for this highly significant ministerial meeting on unlocking pastoral livelihoods and livestock development through transboundary cooperation. On behalf of the government and the Ministry of Agriculture of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, and on behalf of my minister, His Excellency Ato Addisu Aragga, I extend our most profound appreciation for your presence and unwavering commitment to advancing the livestock sector and strengthening the resilience and the dignity of pastoral communities across our IGAD region. As our Prime Minister, His Excellency Dr. Abiy Ahmed, has frequently emphasized, Africa's strength lies in its shared destinies and in the power of cooperation. This meeting truly embodies the spirit of regional solidarity. Excellencies, pastoralism is far more than a livelihood. It is a cornerstone of our economies, a repository of cultural heritage, and the ecological foundation that sustains millions across the Horn of Africa. In Ethiopia, pastoralism supports over 50 million people, covers extensive lowland rangelands across several regional states, and sustains more than 60% of the country's livestock, one of the largest herds in Africa. Our pastoral and agro-pastoral systems are deeply interconnected with those of neighboring IGAD member states, linked through shared landscapes, identities, markets, and futures. However, these vital systems faces mounting pressure, recurrent droughts, land degradation, resource-based conflicts, transboundary animal diseases, and limited market access continue to threaten pastoral livelihoods. Climate change compounds these challenges, reducing mobility options, diminishing natural resources, and placing millions at risk. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has repeatedly underlined that Ethiopia's transformation rests on the transformation of our rural and pastoral communities. This recognition guides our policies and investment priorities, placing pastoral resilience as the heart of national development. Now let me see some Ethiopia's response to the shared challenges. In response to these evolving challenges, the government of Ethiopia has taken bold and strategic steps to strengthen resilience and secure sustainable livelihoods. Our Green Legacy Initiative have planted more than 48 billion seedlings, contributing to reforestation, soil rehabilitation, and climate resilience. These restored highland ecosystems, our essential water towers, directly support the productivity and the survival of lowland pastoral systems. Furthermore, Ethiopia has recently enacted a comprehensive animal health and welfare proclamation. This modern legal framework enhances disease prevention, regulates livestock mobility, strengthens cross-border coordination, and improves competitiveness in both regional and global livestock markets. This effort reflects and also our government's vision that development must be people-centered and ecologically sound and forward-looking. Excellencies, the challenges facing pastoral communities transcend national borders. Our solutions must therefore be collective, coordinated, and regionally aligned. Safe, predictable, and well-regulated transboundary mobility is essential for maintaining herd productivity, managing rangelands, and sustaining livelihoods. In this regard, the IGAD protocol on transhumance signed by Ethiopia in 2022 is a landmark regional instrument. The protocol offers a coherent, right-based, and forward-looking framework for enabling orderly mobility across member states. Most importantly, it promotes peaceful coexistence, economic cooperation, and livelihood security among communities that share rangeland, water resource, and the markets. Ethiopia remains fully committed to advancing its implementation in alignment with also our broad country vision for regional integration, shared prosperity, and African solidarity. Our government has firmly also integrated pastoralism and livestock development within homegrown economic reform agenda, the 10-year development plan, and our national agricultural transformation strategy. We are implementing the Bold Nation Initiative, Yelemat Turufat, which is a basket of food designed to unlock the immense potential of our livestock sector to enhance food and nutrition security, generate employment, promote import substitution, and boost export competitiveness. This initiative reflects ours also turn in a natural endowment and engine of prosperity. Key progress include scaling up livestock identification and traceability system, LITS, for disease control, market transparency, and financial inclusion. Second, expanding livestock insurance schemes already benefiting more than 189,000 pastoral households. Third, introducing livestock-backed collateral system to increase financial access for pastoralists. Fourth, expanding irrigated fodder production, fodder banks, water harvesting, and strategic water points in drought-prone areas. And last, accelerating rangeland restoration through innovative technologies and community-led natural resource management. Ethiopia is also strengthening cross-border animal health systems by coordinating transboundary disease control, including efforts toward the national eradication of PPR by 2030. Establishing and operationalizing export quarantine stations and board posts. Advancing the development of disease-free zones to enhance trade competitiveness and promote safer mobility. These actions embody our government's commitment to innovation-led agriculture, regional harmony, and market-driven livestock transformation. Excellencies, this ministerial meeting provides a valuable platform to reaffirm our collective vision and advance from commitment to concrete implementation. We must harmonize policies and regulatory frameworks for mobility, trade, and animal health, strengthen institution coordination, early warning, and cross-border response systems, scale up investments in rangeland restoration and pastoral infrastructure, enhance public-private partnership to unlock the economic potential of pastoral value chains. Suppose we coordinate our policies and pool our resources. In that case, we can transform a pastoralism from a vulnerable system into catalyst for regional growth, food security, and competitive integration, completely aligned with the goal of the African Continent Free Trade Area, ACAFTA. And also our vision, this can raise together with which we are cooperate over fragmentation and innovation over stagnation. In closing, allow me to express Ethiopia's deep appreciation to IGAD and ICPALD It is IGAD Center for Pastoral Areas and the Livelihood Development for their tireless leadership, and to our development partners for their continued technical and financial support. We also commend all IGAD member states for the steadfast collaboration and the shared commitment to building a peaceful, resilient, and integration region. As we deliberate today, let us focus on practical steps that will make the IGAD protocol on transhumance as a living instrument, one that empowers our herds to move freely, safely, and productively across our borders. Together, we can unlock the full potential of pastoralism as a force for regional stability, prosperity, and sustainable development. With these remarks, I wish you fruitful deliberations and here declare that the meeting is officially opened. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Excellencies. Before I hand back to the chair, we have one event to complete. We are moving to family photo. I request Honorable Jonathan, the PS from Kenya, Dr. Adan Muhammad Ali, to join the podium for photo, Honorable Onyat, as well as Honorable Dr. Peter, to join the family for family photo, please.
Please give this mic some voice. Okay. Thank you, very nice. Just a few minutes as they arrange the flags behind. Can we hurry up? Looking very nice. We are appreciating our leaders. Yes, His Excellency, Honorable Nyoti Adingo is the Minister of Livestock and Fisheries for South Sudan. Okay, we are just having a few sessions of photos. That's a very nice one for the honorables, the excellencies, our ministers, the PSCs. We request that you just walk a little bit in front. Our honorable ministers, you are very happy and we are happy to have you. Would you put a smile for the photo? Yes, looking great. And then we will request just a few, maximum of 2 of your technical experts from your countries to join you for a memory, just behind there, to stand behind you, join them. Yes, just about 2 of them, that we can't crowd. No, let's stand in front. The technical experts, we stand here. Yes, just here in front. That's a very good one. It's a very good one. Representatives of the ILO, I have not seen Ephraim, the EU, and representative was here, FAO, Mexico, partners. We can join into this group photo. Thank you. Yes. Thank you very much. And now, as we go we are just going to take about 10 to 15 minutes of our tea break. We are well advised that our tea is getting cold outside. But because the Honorable Minister has requested that we continue, we will give them time to sit on the seats down there, and just request you to remain calm so that we can finish early. Should you want to grab a cup of tea, you can do, and just walk back as they sit down. And as we do just a little rearrangement here in front. Spectral event, Sarafe. Flags on this side. Flags back to where they were, please.
Yeah, but this is Eritrea. Djibouti first. I know. Yes.
So distinguished delegates, I can see some of you are outside picking a cup of coffee. We can do that so quickly as our ministers just acquaint themselves with the documents that we are taking through them. I'll request our protocol officer, Frida Bosire, to share the correct protocols that have been finally revised with the ministers, and pick any other that is on their table, because those are the ones they will be signing. We are requesting that every other delegate who is outside to start walking in. This is going to be a short session. The honorable ministers are going to have a good time within Addis Ababa. So we don't want to take a long time in this process. Can I request the IGAD staff members to help us bring all the other delegates who are outside? Our IGAD staff, please help us to bring the delegates from outside. Isikae sana hapo. But iko ni please don't block here. What you do, just put it there. And you can put this in the car, push it in the car. But don't move that. The spacing is not correct. Huh? The spacing? Yeah, but you can put it like a car. It's okay now. No. Yes. So we will take you through the process and also the understanding of the communique. So, Excellencies, you will have time to read through it. You can. I'm sure that you've been looking through it. And what we're going to do is that afterwards and after the speeches from each of the country, given opportunity by the chair, we will then have an opportunity later to sign. But in the meanwhile, I wanted to just brief you that we have been here for the last 2 days, and Mr. Chair, Excellency, So this communique, I would wish that the team can just cast for you, Excellencies, before I hand over to the chair, the communique which is just on your table has the preamble session, the preambular session which you have been taken through by your technical team, and it also has those 4 areas. I think they are not scrolling to show you what is happening, and even though you have it, and it is an area which have the cross-cutting issues on gender and the youth, women. It also has an area on data knowledge management and the final areas on partnership and resource mobilization. So that is simply what we have come up with in that 5-page document. And with those, I want to submit to you, Chair, to take us to the next session as you work together with His Excellency, the Deputy Executive Secretary. Welcome.
Thank you. First of all, we give the floor to IGAD Secretariat in order to give us the presentation of outcomes from the technical experts meeting. Dr. Derejit, sir. Already happened?
Just summarize.
Okay, Derejit.
Excellencies, the summary of the 2 days highlighted by Jafet Kasimbu with photos, I wish to highlight the 4 key areas that has been intensively discussed and key recommendations that pertain to the region has been provided. The first one is on transhumance protocol. We have started this journey in 2017. So far, 5 of our member states have signed. 2 are under intensive consultation. Hopefully with clarity, we are moving towards the signing. So the communique on this regard requests speeding up of adoption and full implementation of the protocol, which provides safe and orderly livestock mobility in order to control the spread of transboundary animal disease, in order to also avoid regular conflicts that's happening in pastoral areas and enhance livestock productivity. The second area that we looked at in our 2-day deliberation is transboundary animal disease. Excellencies, pastoralists are producing their livestock with hard labor. Transboundary animal disease is affecting them at least in 2 key areas. Number 1, they lose their assets and productive capacity of their animal, but also those diseases are the hindrance to access prime market. We have looked at it continentally. There is a target to eradicate diseases like PPR, and we put us to the member states to affirm this commitment and look at also harmonized approach, synchronized vaccination to eradicate the targeted priority transboundary diseases. We also call on to member states to put effort in terms of strengthening the veterinary service. The third area, Excellencies, is on livestock trade. People who are laboriously producing animals in a natural environment, organic product. We have not sufficiently supported them to enhance the price they earn, and which needs a regional collaboration. We discussed, we bring out issues relevant to that. The third area is rangeland governance. The rapid degradation of rangeland due to climate change, as well as also weak governance, is one of the key issues that the experts has been discussed and highlight where we shall go in the coming years to strengthen governance, as well as also manage the communal rangeland. The other areas are cross-cutting on gender, youth, employment, knowledge management, and livestock data. With those excellencies, the full communique is also shared with the technical team. I submit, Chair. Thank you so much.
After this concise ceremony, presentation, I will give the statement. You want to take the floor?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Chair. I'm the Minister of Livestock and Fisheries in the Republic of South Sudan. In page 2, para 2, connecting with ambulance, it says, deeply concerned by the multi-year droughts that have undermined the resilience of pastoral communities, including loss of estimate of 13.2 million livestock during the 2022 flood. So here I would like, because also that is in the horn of Africa, but in South Sudan we have flood, which has killed a lot of cattle. So it should be included that the problem of drought and flood. The same thing you go to, the same thing here, if you go to page 3, on management, rangeland, livestock, and feed water resources. It says, you go to para 3, invest in strategic feed reserve, strategic water points, development, and drought mitigation, including drought mitigation and flood mitigation also. So I think these things need to be included. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellencies. Just to say some points on the issues of this communique. Just for the coming 2 years, we expect that these actions to be grounded for just 2 years, and also the clear responsibilities among member states in order to mobilize resources for the rangeland and the water, and also disease controlling should be come to a political commitment. So we will also support, and this all thing is to be just for the improvement of the life of our pastorals and also to the region. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you. Now I give the floor to the Republic Democratic of Somalia. I think so.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I think we have read and understood the statement, I mean the communique. It's good and well prepared. I really appreciate the technical committee. I thank you.
We move to the Ministry of Animal Resources and Fisheries, Republic of Sudan.
Yeah, thank you. We endorse these provisions of communique that I think cover all the needs of our country and for IGAD region. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, I give the floor to the Minister of Agriculture and Animal Industries and Fisheries, Republic of Uganda.
Oh, that one. I'm sorry I've wasted your time. Just making a statement to say that I bring you warm greetings from the government of the Republic of Uganda, from the people of Karamoja sub-region. Karamoja sub-region is the one near you, and has the same problems that you have. It is an honor to join you at this ministerial meeting on transhumance and livestock development, an agenda that speaks directly to Uganda's national priorities of resilience building, economic transformation, and inclusive development. In Uganda, particularly in Karamoja and Cattle Corridor regions, transhumance remains one of the most important socio-economic systems. Pastoral and agricultural communities rely on seasonal mobility as a climate adaptation measure, a livelihood strategy, and a key pillar of regional livestock trade. The government of Uganda recognizes that supporting transhumance is essential for reducing vulnerability to climate shocks, enhancing food and nutrition security, supporting household incomes under the parish development model. With us, we are handling this at a parish administrative area, smaller one, promoting peace and stability in the Karamoja cluster. Strengthening Uganda's livestock value chains. Our interventions are guided by Uganda Vision 2040 and National Development Plan 4, Karamoja Regional Development Plan, Parish Model Development, National Livestock Development Priorities, Rangelands Management and Pastoralism Policy in Development, National One Health Strategy, commitments under East African, the IGAD, and AU IBA. These frameworks place livestock and rangeland ecosystems at the center of rural transformation, regional integration, and resilience building. A core priority for Uganda is the control of transboundary animal diseases, that the TADs, that threaten mobility, trade, and household livelihoods. We are identifying mass vaccination campaigns for foot and mouth diseases, the PPR, CBPP, and other high-impact diseases, cross-border diseases, and surveillance and risk communication, strengthening our quarantine stations and border inspection points, operationalizing the livestock identification and traceability systems, expanding laboratory and diagnostic capacities. These efforts directly support Uganda's agenda to increase livestock productivity, export readiness, and disease-free zones. Uganda has prioritized investments in restoring the productivity of our rangelands, which are increasingly threatened by climate variability, invasive species, and land degradation. Key investments include community-based rangeland management committees, reseeding of degraded rangelands with hardy indigenous pasture, construction of fire tanks, dams, and boreholes for livestock water security, promotion of climate-smart grazing systems and early warning systems, natural resource guarantees, and rangeland planning to reduce conflicts. These actions support both environmental sustainability and the economic pillars of NDP4 and KRDP. We have a plan for Karamoja. Peace and sustainability in Karamoja remains a top government priority, as is stipulated under the Karamoja Regional Development Plan. Uganda has stepped up disarmament and community security agenda. We are removing guns from the population, strengthening local peace committees. We need people to talk and pass our agenda to them. Cross-border dialogue with Kenya and South Sudan. We like all the time to talk with our neighbors as the societies there commonly believe in one thing. They fight, they do what we want to dislodge that from them. Integration of livelihood support with peace-building programs. Peaceful transhumance is critical for regional stability and for unlocking the full economic potential of pastoralism. Uganda is committed to leveraging regional opportunities through IGAD, East African Communities, and the African Continental Free Trade Area to enhance livestock marketing. Uganda is investing in modernization of livestock markets and holding grounds, harmonization of SPS measures, improving market information systems, supporting producer cooperatives, and value addition. These efforts are aligned with the PDM objectives of moving households from subsistence to modernized economy. Uganda fully supports the operationalization of IGAD transformative protocol. The protocol provides a structured, safe, and development-oriented framework for cross-border mobility while protecting pastoral livelihoods and promoting regional cooperation. We encourage all member states to strengthen and joint planning, coordinated investment, and harmonized veterinary measures to ensure its full implementation. Your Excellencies, Uganda stands ready to collaborate with IGAD and strengthening the states to advance development through stronger TADs, that's control, harmonized cross-border systems, shared regional management approaches, enrich peace, enhance peace and security interventions, climate resilience, and sustainable resource use, strengthen trade and livestock value chains. Let us ensure that pastoral and agro-pastoral communities who have sustained these landscapes for generations benefit fully from the regional development agenda. Dear friends, I would like to thank you for your attention. I look forward to our continued collaboration, and forgive me for having fidgeted for some time when I started. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Excellency. We support, we take into account when it is Karamoja area. 10 years ago, we have, in a far country, Djibouti. Even they say there is a loss of livestock. So you have taken measures now, internal and transboundary. I congratulate you. Now I give the floor to the Minister of Kenya to make some remarks on the communique.
Thank you very much, Excellency Mohamed Awal, IGAD Chair, Excellency Ministers representing Member States, IGAD Deputy Executive Secretary, delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to address this IGAD Ministerial Conference on Transhumance and Livestock Development, underlying the importance of livestock to IGAD member states. In Kenya, livestock contributes about 12% of the country's GDP and 40% of our agricultural GDP. We have begun the process of transforming our livestock sector by embarking on a national mass vaccination exercise with a goal to gain freedom from the trade-sensitive FMD and PPR transboundary diseases. We have also started the rollout of our advanced animal identification and traceability system called AniTrack. These two initiatives will commercialize our livestock sector by facilitating global market access for our pastoralists, which will in turn improve their livelihoods. The pastoralists in Kenya live in the arid and semi-arid lands of the country. The transboundary movement of livestock is curtailed by lack of cross-border policy and legal framework to guarantee safe and legal movement of pastoralists and their livestock. This situation occasions run-ins with the law of host countries and sometimes conflicts with communities in the host country. The limitation of movement confines the pastoralists in localities that threaten their survival, which in turn results in huge losses of livestock and livelihood. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya endorsed the IGAD Protocol on Transhumance during a previous IGAD Council of Ministers meeting and thereafter conducted countrywide public participation before the protocol was approved by the Cabinet early this year. We will soon submit this protocol to Parliament for ratification. In the intervening period, though, we have initiated several collaboration initiatives through bilateral agreements via Memorandum of Understanding with neighbors, including the Kenya-Ethiopia, where mapping of grazing corridors, water points, markets, and services for transhumance herders is ongoing. The Kenya-Uganda MOU, and my colleague, the minister from Uganda, mentioned this, on the establishment of cross-border rangeland management committees in Turkana, Karamoja cluster to coordinate grazing, water access, and conflict. Kenya-Uganda, Ethiopia, South Sudan MOU on peace building and resilience programs in the Horn of Africa, regional livestock program. Kenya, Ethiopia, Somalia, focusing on improving transboundary animal health, market systems, and climate-resilient rangeland management. And the Kenya-South Sudan MOU on cross-border livestock disease surveillance and shared management of water and pasture across border zones. In conclusion, pastoral mobility is central to livelihoods and regional stability. By coordinating our policies, investments, and animal health systems, we can transform pastoralism into a stronger driver of economic growth and resilience. Kenya therefore supports the decisions and commitments made in this IGAD Ministerial Conference on Transhumance and Livestock Development. I thank you.
I congratulate the Ministry of Kenya, and if we resolve the problem of regional cooperation, because there is a livestock conflict in Karamoja, if we resolve it, we resolve 80% of the problem of, I believe. Yes. Now, he wants to add something, the Minister of Livestock of Somalia, to add something, and after we give, please listen, Minister of Uganda. Minister of Uganda, you will resume the communique, because all the elders, all the experts, they have said, all the ministers have said, we give the last communication or commitment of a ministerial communique to the Minister of Uganda, after the Somali notes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellencies, distinguished ministers, representatives of the IGAD Secretariat, development partners, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a great honor and privilege for me to represent the Federal Republic of Somalia at this important ministerial meeting organized by the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, in collaboration with the government on the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the IGAD for its continued leadership in promoting regional cooperation in livestock and pastoral development, and our generous hostess, the government and the people of Ethiopia, for their warm hospitality and excellent arrangements. Excellencies, livestock remains the backbone of Somalia's economy and the lifeline of millions of our pastoral and agro-pastoral communities. The sector contributes significantly to the national GDP, employment, food security, and export earnings. Over the past years, Somalia has made notable progress in strengthening animal health systems, improving veterinary services, and enhancing disease surveillance and control in collaboration with the regional and international partners. Through joint effort with the IGAD and AU-ABOA, Somalia has strengthened its capacity to manage transboundary and animal disease, including control measures for foot and mouth disease, BBR, and Rift Valley fever. We are also working to enhance animal feed production, regional management, and resilience building initiative to address the effects of recurrent droughts and climate shocks on pastoral livelihoods. Excellencies, regional cooperation remains central to unlocking the full potential of our livestock resources. The IGAD Protocol on Transhumance provides a critical framework for safe and legal across-border mobility and pastoralists, which are essential for sustainable pastoralism and peace in border areas. Somalia is committed to operationalization of this protocol and to strengthen collaboration with our neighbors to facilitate livestock mobility, improve market access, and enhance trade in live animals and animal production across border and behind. Furthermore, we recognize the urgent need to invest invest in regional restoration, feed resources development, and livestock data systems. These are essential foundation for effective planning, resilience building, and sustainable management for our shared natural resource. Excellencies, as ministers responsible for livestock and pastoral development, it is our collective duty to ensure that pastoral communities who are custodians of our region's rich livestock heritage are empowered, protected, and given the opportunity they deserve. Let this meeting be turning point to the deeper integration, stronger coordination, and shared commitment to transforming the livestock sector into the driver of peace and prosperity, regional integration, and in line with the IGAD vision. In conclusion, the Federal Republic of Somalia reaffirms the full commitment to working closely with the IGAD member states, regional institutions, development partners to achieve sustainable livestock development, strengthen resilience, and unlocking the full potential of our pastoral economies for the benefit for our people and region. I thank you.
I will give the floor to the minister, brilliant minister of South Sudan, to read the communique.
Your Excellency Muhammad Ahmad Awal, the Minister of Agriculture, Water Resources and Fisheries of the Republic of Djibouti and the Chair of IGAD. His Excellency Muhammad Abdi War, the Deputy Executive Secretary, Honorable Abdus Ariga, Minister of Agriculture of Federal Republic of Ethiopia. My colleagues, the ministers, all our technical people, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the government of the Republic, the government of the people of South Sudan, I bring the greeting from my President, His Excellency Salva Kiir Mayardit. We in South Sudan are working towards transformation and commercialization of livestock in our entrepreneur to transform people's livelihood for a better social economic prosperity, because of more than 80% of our people in rural areas depends on entire livestock. We appreciate the ongoing efforts by IGAD member states in organizing the transhumance pastoralist management and management system and livestock development. We should now focus on moving IGAD program beyond the current gain in transhuman and pastoralist livestock development of transformation of the region. We will not move those programs we are endorsing smoothly without adequate financing. We take this opportunity, therefore, to call upon our collective efforts to support protocol to mobilizing the financial resources. Livestock has great potential for development, and it is now spearheading the agro-food system transformation through its value chain, and it provides the livelihood, trade, food, and nutrition system. It provides employment for our youth and women. South Sudan fully support IGAD protocol on transhumance and will sign this IGAD communique on Ministerial Conference on Transhumance and Livestock Development. The protocol will be ratified and streamlined with the signed regional memos between South Sudan and Uganda, South Sudan and Kenya, and between South Sudan and Sudan. This is because patriotism is the largest livestock production system and a significant livelihood that has sustained lives, cultures, tradition in South Sudan for centuries. Patriotism together with the agro-pastoralism make up livelihood of majority of South Sudanese. For that social economic importance, cross-border pastoral community need to be allowed to seasonally migrate across our international borders without hindrance or difficulty. But this migration needs to be regulated by member states. Pastoralist movement must be temporarily or seasonally and must be regulated by law, and the seasonal migration must not become a lens for settle permanently within the host community and member states. Search for good pastures and water should be granted to all cross-border communities that must be led and monitored by their local chiefs and leaders. Pastoralism and transhumance must therefore be protected and promoted under the IGAD Transformation Protocol. To promote and protect it, it must be properly organized and transparently implemented, especially when animal transparency, diseases, One Health, and AMR issues are incorporated. It must be well organized, well funded, well coordinated by the IGAD collectively with the member states. Finally, thanks to the government of Federal Republic of Ethiopia, for hosting us and in this meeting in this beautiful African city of Addis Ababa. Thanks to IGAD Secretariat for having organized this conference at this opportune movement. Thanks to our donor community, especially the European Union, for having funded and enabled IGAD to initiate this important issue of patriotism and livestock development in IGAD region. This huge number of livestock that we have in the region must be commercialized and find its way to the market in the region and beyond. The market of our livestock, we need to prevent and control animal diseases and strengthen veterinary services, improve production. Honorable Minister, thanks you all and once more for having made it to attend this important conference with discussion and the communique draft by the technical team for our approval and signatures. And we thank all our technical team for having the 2-day hard work which they managed to bring out this communique. Thank you very much. I submit your, thank you.
Now we have reached at last the signing of the communique, but there were some comments on the communique. In order to give the secretary to make comments and to put in the annex, we circulate the communique to each member countries for signing. And after we make the closing session. Closing session. Sudan.
No, she made a comment. No, wait. You want to make a comment?
Okay.
Please.
Closing session can say akhri.
Thank you.
Sudan.
Yes, Sudan. Thank you. Very thankful for Ethiopia to hosting this important conference. I have the great honor to join you all in this conference. The government of Sudan acknowledges and appreciates the collective effort of IGAD authority, leadership, regional partners, technical experts, and national institutions whose collaboration has enabled meaningful progress towards deeper regional cooperation. Sudan remains fully committed to implementing the provisions of this protocol in a manner that promotes national interests, which contributing positively to the stability economic growth and social cohesion of IGAD region. We look forward to continue partnership with all IGAD member states as we work together towards future of peace, prosperity, and regional solidarity. The step of signing and ratifying this communique will reaffirm Sudan's wavering commitment to the regional cooperation, stability, and sustainable development with the Intergovernmental Authority, IGAD. Sudan underscored this dedication to strengthening regional integration and enhancing collective action among IGAD member states, and we believe that this communique represents a critical milestone in advancing shared goals, including free movement of persons, transhumance, pastoralism and livestock development, trade facilitation, conflict prevention, climate resilience. We hope that all members of IGAD region coordinate investments, their resources in livestock, rangelands, fisheries, water, and animal health services. The governance of control transboundary diseases, so to secure food and feed security for both human and animal. By putting this in consideration, the climate change as a challenge. Thank you very much. I hope that these provisions of communique will be implemented and it will be in reality. Thank you.
As the Secretariat of IGAD advised me, in order to optimize time is money. We move to the closing session because this comment will be added to the communique.
This is from our heart.
Okay.
Let me thank His Excellency, the Minister, the government and the people of Ethiopia for hosting us and really for giving us the platform in a very hospitable and a nice way to do this deliberation. We are also thankful, Excellencies, for gracing us and for taking the time to come to this meeting. It is really a testament to your seriousness and your passion about this subject. We in IGAD, working under your guidance and your authority, will take inspiration from the commitment that you have shown here and ensure that your guidance in making this protocol a reality bears fruit. I just want to say a couple of points. As all of you have said, pastoralism is the center of our economies. It is supporting the livelihood of over 250 million people in our IGAD region. The greatest area in terms of size for our IGAD region is also the so-called ASALs, arid and semi-arid lands. In addition to that, arid areas and pastoralism incorporate two critical mandates of IGAD. The first one is many of these arid and semi-arid areas are on the borderlands which are joining our countries. Therefore, the first block in realizing economic and political integration in our region, it starts with integrating our borderlands. and integrating our pastoralist communities. The other issue, of course, is peace and security. And many of these pastoralist areas are also problems of insecurity, which are also hindering the movement of people and livestock. I want to commend the exemplary work that the government of Kenya and the government of Uganda have done in securing the borderland areas, especially in the Karamoja-Turkana corridor. Many times we have said that pastoralists should not be at the margins of our society. They should be in the center. And one of the requirements for that is that pastoralists have the same responsibilities and the same privileges as other citizens which are from the hinterlands. In other words, we should not normalize criminal activities such as castle rustling, illegal movement across borders, smuggling, weapons trafficking in borderland areas to be part and parcel of the so-called normal life of borderland communities. That narrative must be fought. And the work, the exemplary work that Uganda and Kenya have done in this area in extending security and policing services into these areas and the arming and demobilizing these fighting groups really should be commended. We said that pastoralism is now supporting a large segment of our population. With the impact of climate change, many areas that are now enjoying heavy rainfalls very soon might become acids themselves. And this is already very observable in Somalia, in Ethiopia, in Sudan, in South Sudan, in Uganda, all the member state countries. The encouragement of dryland areas into areas that have been previously very green and very wet. Therefore, the knowledge and the adaptability of pastoralism will need to be extended to these newly arid areas so that these new communities can cope also with this. We are really grateful for the support and the partnership of our partners, such as the European Union. We are grateful for your assistance. But while we do these things and while we are grateful for your assistance in this regard, the real assistance we need is the opening of the European Union markets for our livestock products and to help us achieve the regulatory framework that is required to achieve that. And Excellency, what you have described about the traceability and the identification and the registration of livestock is an exemplary initiative that is a lesson for all IGAD countries. With that, with all my heart, Excellencies, I send you my sincere thanks on behalf of our Executive Secretary, who really wanted to be here, but our region is so consuming that he has competing, and I'm privileged to represent him here. Chair, thank you very much. With that, I submit to you.
It is very difficult after Mohamed Ware, who knows very well the synthesis of this communique, and he makes some what we call advice on the transboundary problem and to make exportation of commercialization of livestock. But I want to add something which I believe that it is very important. Laboratory, strengthen human capacity and instruments, tools, in order to struggle against the disease, FMD, and all these things. Every country must have a good laboratory. I will advise this. Yes. Because if we don't have a very good laboratory and a very good veterinary in charge of this, European Union will not accept. So they will assist us in order to strengthen the laboratory of each member countries. Yes. Thank you very much.
So, Excellency Chair, if you will allow me, I have just been informed by my team that the communique with the additions and the edits and your comments incorporated is now ready for your consideration and signing. Okay. So, Dereje, you have the floor. You and your team, please circulate the documents to the ministers for their signing. Thank you very much. Excellencies, with a great sense of pain and regret, we are all aware of the situation that our brotherly country of Sudan is facing. As our executive secretary points out all the time, just 3 years ago, Sudan was hosting millions of refugees and IDPs and students and other people from our region. And today, the fortunes have reversed. It is with that regret that I must announce to you that because Sudan is not represented on a ministerial level, we regret that Sudan is not at this time able to sign the communique. But inshallah, very soon, very, very soon, يعني بإذن الله, they will join us and they will take their rightful place in signing this communique. Thank you very much.
I want to add something. We have shortage. The conference, it is now 12 past 20. So you will enjoy Ethiopia capital to visit the skyscraper that they have done. Every year they add more skyscraper. So we have time to visit.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Excellency.
هي اكتب عليك.
Thank you, honorable delegates, excellencies. As you finalize the signing, we are here to also announce, once the communique is signed, we are very grateful that the chair has released us early in time to enjoy Addis Ababa. But before then, we shall be having a photo of the ministers holding the communiques by the media team. One meeting, honorable delegates, please. Can we pay attention? Once they are finished, we will request that they stand and pause for a photo with the communique. And after that, we will invite, just here in front, the media briefing. Those who will be wanting to do some interviews, they can do so. As we be released for lunch, lunch is served outside. And therefore, after that, we will consider ourselves released by the chair and by this meeting to enjoy ourselves in IGAD. Sorry, I meant to enjoy ourselves in Addis Ababa. Yeah, we can stand in front here after it is done. Okay, not yet. They have not finished the signing. All right. Each member state will go with a copy, one English copy and a French to the Secretariat. Djibouti has a French copy as well. Yeah. Lucy. We are almost there. The media team, I think there should have been a very nice background Transhumance song, even a song from the pastoral communities. And there in Ethiopia, we have a lot of that. But IGAD experts can join the ministers here in front. Dr. Dominic, Dr. Guyo, Dr. Wamalwa, Dr. Osman, Dr. Johannes. Yeah, the experts, some of the experts also one from the member states. Let's join just on the sides as they exchange the protocol, as they do the exchange of the communiques. So you can come and stand on the back side. And so, Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, we can pose together for a photo. Experts from the member states. Let's all put our hands together and appreciate the process. Thank you so very much, Our Excellencies. And now, as we break, we can have just a few minutes for the press briefing, even as you seated and as you walk out. I suppose that inside here would be better if there needs to be a press briefing. And then you'll be free to walk for your lunch. Thank you, everyone, for making this a colorful event. Very interesting session for the contributions from our partners, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Thank you.